Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the horror club. I don't remember what we called ourselves.
So, we decided to change our names.
Yes, we used to do a weird ass podcast where no one actually listened, and I act like a fucking psychopath the whole time. We just talked about random ass shit.
But
It
now,
didn't fit our theme at all. Our names were like Ghosty Boys, and then we didn't actually do anything relating, supernatural shit like we planned to. We just talked about video games and shit. Hold on. Yeah. So we decided we changed it up a little bit. Stories, not stories of our life though. Mysterious stories. A lot of them people probably already heard. My favorite. I'm gonna change the topic from what we were gonna originally do Flight 370 from 2014. I changed my mind. The Dyatlov Pass incident. One of my favorite cold cases ever. So fucking good. So fucking cool. So, starts out with a group of really experienced Russian hikers, and they were going to go in the Ural Mountains. Obviously, they're gonna go hike in the Ural Mountains. It's gonna be a few day trip. Well, after a few days, their one friend grew ill and had to go home. But they still seemed to be going on a fair pace, taking pictures. There was a camera. But speaking of mind, this is 1959, so the cameras fucking sucked ass. But you can still tell what was going on. So they were just going on their way. Journal entries. Just your normal shit. Journal entries, pictures on the camera. Then take a turn for the worse. Clearly. Well, else it wouldn't be on this podcast. They all fucking die. So, no one knows how they died. But the evidence is, the first thing they found, their tent was cut open from the inside as if there was a panic in there. Maybe a fire, maybe, someone lost their mind, tried to pull a fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Pretty much just your average it was cut from the inside. It was proven to be cut from the inside. But it didn't look like they were in a hurry to leave, because their footsteps on the path were calm footsteps. It was not like sprinting or, they didn't look frantic at all. They were organized. They looked like they weren't sprinting or running. They were just chilling, pretty much. So then, no one knows what's happened after that. Pretty much, their trails lead to nothing. Just a dead stop, pretty much. And they think they know their plans. I think people think their plan, after they had to escape for unknown reasons, their plan was to go to a nearest civilization, but they didn't really know what that was, so they put it down. They went down to a valley, because the way it was laid out, it was here. This is the valley, and then there was a giant hill next to it, like right around here. They went up. Sorry, I'm not used to camera mirroring. Up there, and then that's where their tent was. Like right here. That's their tent. So their trails were leading down back toward that valley. This is where shit hits the fan, because no one knows what the fuck happened after that. All they know, everyone ended up dead. And here we get to the corpses. After that, their corpses were found. I'm not sure how long later. I know it's a few weeks at least, maybe a couple months. Few weeks later. I'm just gonna say it's a few weeks. Their bodies were found, and I don't know the specifics, but a couple had or one, I'm not sure. Okay, some bodies, I'm just gonna say some because I think it was more than one. Or one body had her tongue and eyes missing, but no sign of damage. So, like, when they did the autopsy, there was that the eyes, like, nothing was necessarily hurt inside their eye, but their eye was just completely missing. Both their eyes, actually. But both the eyes were the same. They weren't damaged. And same with the tongue. It was like the tongue just disappeared out of nowhere. And it's not like it was ripped out by a wild animal like a lot of people thought, or cut out. It was literally just gone. A couple bodies were found severely underdressed. Keep in mind, it's Russia. It's also the Ural Mountains. That equals cold. And clearly, if you're not retarded, you should know that. T-shirt, underwear, socks. That's all a couple bodies were found with. And some were also found with burn marks on their bodies and blood in their lungs, which will help the theory later. The theory that I found that I really agree with and think that it's very plausible. Now here is where shit really, really hits the fan. A couple bodies were over-irradiated. Like, I don't know the word for it, but they had an excessive amount of radiation coming from their body. Which also could be a natural thing. They've blown it off. But people just found that insanely weird. And obviously there's going to be the whole alien conspiracy. Like, people were saying that the alien sightings were up the night before and the night after. And there was this one, the final picture on the camera reel was blurry. Like, maybe the water or snow fell on the lens. And there was a light in the middle. I think that's a fire. And I'll go in deep depth later with that. I think that's a fire. I don't think that it is a, I don't think that it is an alien. I don't think that it's the night sky at all. I think it's fire. And I think they just got freaking food or water or snow on their lens.
Hold on a second. He's not saying that he doesn't believe in aliens.
I believe in aliens. I just don't think that was aliens. That tiny picture from the year 1959, where if one drop of water got on the lens, it looked like a fucking demon just came out of my asshole.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't mean it's aliens.
So, America, I'm just going to post this on my main channel.
Yeah, do it. It's short enough.
Yeah.
All these could be on their own channel, to be honest. It's just like shorts, not really a podcast. You gotta edit this part out later. We could discuss it afterwards, like the topic.
Well, it's going to mostly be raw.
Yeah. But oh shit. Okay. But here's one thing. Everyone blew it off as a everyone, either conspiracy theories were retards and said, oh, it's aliens, or, like I think they always are, or the government and everyone else, I forgot what it was called, but pretty much it's like a fucking, it's almost like it's not exactly, it's almost like an avalanche. It's a type of avalanche, I should say. But it mainly just means that a snow slab, that's what it's called. It's called a snow slab. It's like a smaller avalanche where just a slab of snow slides down and lands on top of you. But that doesn't explain a lot of things. But that's what the government ruled it off as. Just recently, actually. A few months ago.
That recent?
Yeah, that recent for a case from 1959. I think I got that year right. I'm like 90% sure I did. But there's a lot of other theories, including this one that I'm about to share with you that I personally think that did happen. So it starts out normal, and they had a homemade stove. They made the stove themselves, and it had its pipe, a detachable pipe. So they, after, they using the stove to keep warm and get food, maybe they were going to sleep for the night. They took off the chimney because it was like a homemade thing. They're supposed to take it off so that cold air doesn't come through the vent and into their tent, obviously. But sorry, I'm kind of tired. Holy shit! It's 2:00 in the morning. So basically, me and quite a few other people think happened. A fire started inside the tent, so they had no choice but to cut their way out, and obviously that would explain the underdressing a little bit. I don't think they'd be that underdressed, but maybe. It depends. Oh shit, sorry. Because obviously if there's a fire in the tiny ass tent, you're not gonna have time to, let's put my Gucci on. You're gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'd rather burn to death, not gonna lie, than starve or whatever the fuck happened to them, froze to death, hypothermia. Much rather just fucking burn. But that's just me. Well, that would also explain the calm footsteps away. If it was a snow slab, they'd kind of be fucked, not gonna lie. And the tent would be much deeper in the snow than just a few feet. Not even a few feet, like a few inches. It wasn't really that deep in the snow. Like, there was still parts sticking out when they found it. So, after that, what was thought to have happened is the extreme cold can cause deterioration of soft tissue, aka your tongue and your eyes. So that's why there would be a damage, because they just deteriorated. And the lungs the blood inside the one's throat can clearly be caused with smoke. That's a common thing with like fires, like coughing up blood from being exposed to smoke like that. I can't. Also, there's many ways that you can be overly radiated in nature. I too fucking retarded to explain that, but yeah. That's pretty much it. There's not much. There's main theories. Most of the theories are why they had to get out of the tent. They don't explain much on how they ended up the way they ended up, except the declothed thing, because obviously they'd have more than just socks, underwear, and a shirt on, even if they were just planning on staying in the tent all night. So, what's thought that happened? Shit. Sorry, I'm like half awake right now.
You need some caffeine.
Yeah, I always need caffeine. Haha, crack cocaine. But the one. Shit, what was he even talking about? Oh, yes. That being declothed, when you are hypothermic and you are frostbitten, you feel like you are extra warm. Like, you feel like you are way too hot. So, a thing is that will happen is people will start taking their clothes off in negative degree weather because they feel like they're hot, but they're actually freezing cold. Or mass hysteria, because there was only a couple of them. They could, losing their fucking minds out in the middle of the the Yellow Mountains isn't gonna help anything. Maybe they just want to have a little strip tease, you know? Maybe they want to do a little lap dance with the fucking in the middle of the snow, you know? So, mass hysteria has happened many times in history.
And get a hand job.
Oh my god, I fucking hate you. Mass hysteria has happened a lot of times in cases like this. French people dancing until they fucking die. Kids in, like, third world countries laughing until they fucking die. Any thoughts on the Dyatlov Pass incident? Or that'll be it for me. Any thoughts on the Dyatlov Pass incident, my homie?
No, not really.
Any comments and concerns? No.
Well, my main thought is
Just keep going, it's fine, I'll last.
yeah, the main thing is my main thought is everybody's main thought. Who are the people who survived?
The dude that got sick and had to go home halfway through the trip. No one else survived. I think it was only a team of like 6. I could be wrong. It could be like 9 or something, but it was within 10. It wasn't that much.
So it was only that dude. So this is the end of episode 1 of the Horror Club, and see you in the next episode. Bye.